In tango, we use words like connection and dissociation all the time, but we often forget to really explain what we mean by that. Connection is the art of making sure that we are moving together. So as I move around my partner, we need to keep, as much as is possible, our chests connected and largely facing each other. So if I'm leading a hero, or an ocho for example, I'll turn my chest and we are still connected. What I'm not doing is I'm not turning with my arms and I'm still facing that way as she's turning over there. So I'm turning with my chest, we're facing in the same direction. Back, turn, back. But in order to create this connection, we also need something called dissociation, or disassociation, it's sometimes spelled and pronounced. And that is the ability to turn our upper bodies and our lower bodies independently. Yeah? So it's the hips that turn or the shoulders that turn. So we try and avoid turning all as one. Yeah? A good exercise for this is to think about stepping forward in the normal tango step. Keep the back leg projected and then turn the upper body in the direction of the front leg. Not that way because it's too easy for the hips to rotate out, but that way you can't do anything else other than dissociate. Change which foot you're on and turn. And if you've got space, you can do this all the way around the room and just keep walking and doing it as part of your walking exercises. So as a couple, we think about the ability to turn. I've still got my leg extended, I'm turning my upper body and it's pivoting my follow-up. Now if you want to practice this together, something else you can do, we start off with a side step. I'm now going to step that side of her, but keep my chest connected to her. So I'm going to turn, and we're going to step to there. And then there. 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 And that's a good exercise because it starts to stretch out the muscles at the side. You feel this movement where quite often we don't twist there much in everyday life. It's really only when you're doing tango. So just to see what that looks like from the side. So to aid with this connection thing, something else that the followers can do is making sure that they kind of keep the head facing in the same direction or towards the same point on the leader. So we usually say, look over the leader's right shoulder. I think if you imagine I've got a parrot or a Lego minifigure or something on my shoulder, look at that. So you're not looking too far up, nor are you looking down, and it starts to get slightly creepy if you end up staring into your leader's eyes the entire time. That just messes with everyone's head. So try and just keep looking at a point just above their shoulder. So if we just move around the floor a little, she's largely keeping her head facing in the same direction. What you want to avoid is this tendency to try and keep looking forwards in the direction you're travelling. So as you turn, 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 it ends up feeling like you're not really dancing together. It feels very disconnected and it messes with the follower's balance. So if you're constantly flicking your head around, you will find it a lot harder to balance. The same is true of leaders. What I do, not only for connection but also for floorcraft, so I can see what's going on around me, is I kind of look at that sort of angle down there, because this gives you the widest possible view of what's going on around you. It's the same sort of trick you learn when you're riding a motorbike, is that looking down at that angle gives you the widest view of the cars around you. And it's the same sort of thing when you're on a dance floor. So if I look up there, it looks all elegant and ballroom, but I can't see any of this around here. Whereas if I look down there, I can see out to here somewhere. So now I know what's coming and where people are. I will tend to keep my frame more connected to me, or my head, sorry, more connected to me and my frame, whereas she will try and keep related to her. So what I don't do is I'm not constantly looking over her shoulder that way, because that just makes me dizzy. Whereas if I keep looking in the same sort of place forwards from my frame, I can see what's coming, see what's around me, I stay in balance, she looks over my shoulder, she stays in balance, everything works.